Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the MenoSpark podcast, where we talk about the menopause journey, the good, the bad, the ugly, and ways you can bring back the spark or zest for life during this transitional phase. This podcast is for women and those who love them, going through perimenopause, menopause, or postmenopausal phase. I'm Allie Thies, your host. Now I'm working on my PhD in mind body medicine. I'm a menopause care provider and an integrative wellness coach. To find out more about me and how I can help you, please visit menopausewellness.co. Now, this podcast is new, and how I go from start to finish may change weekly until I can find my rhythm. I had podcasts for about 19 years, and finding a new rhythm in a new podcast may take me a little bit. So please stick with me. I promise you it'll be worth it. I can still help you no matter how I go from point A to Z on this podcast. For guests, I'm looking for those who help menopausal or midlife women, their health, their mind, their body, the spirituality, any of those topics when it comes to the menopausal journey, I would love to have you on. So, women who are going through your menopause journey, then you want to let people know about the good, the bad, and the ugly. We all experience menopause differently, each and every one of us. Our menopause journey is as unique as we are. So, other ladies would love to hear what you're going through, how you're experiencing it, what are the good, what's the bad, and what's the ugly. Okay, so I would love to have you on the get as a guest. There we go. If you'd like to be either a professional being on or a woman going through menopause, there should be two links below in the show's notes that will take you to the form to please fill out. I would love, love, love to have you on, and I'm sure other people would love to listen to somebody other than me. All right. So this is episode 3 of MenoSpark. We're addressing a topic that often causes concern: heart palpitations during the menopause journey. We'll explore some of their causes, when to seek medical attention, and strategies for management. Now, remember, time you're having any type of issues with your heart, it is always good to seek out professional medical advice. All right? Myself and heart palpitations, they really took on a form of their own when I hit menopause. Postmenopausal now, and I still have palpitations, but they were not even close to being as bad as they were when I was in peri and then my one day of menopause. It would scare the crap out of me. It could wake me up in the middle of the night. I could have them as I was driving. I was driving a school bus at the time when I was going through peri and menopause and most of my postmenopausal time. And I'm driving, and when it hits and you're responsible for all these lives on the bus, including your own, it can freak you the F out when you're having a heart palpitation. So I dug in and I tried to learn more about them. And I'm hoping this helps you as well. So, heart palpitations, what are they, right? They're sensations when your heart feels like it's racing, pounding, or fluttering. These episodes can last from a few seconds to minutes, and often, while harmless, can be very unsettling. And they are. They can be very unsettling. If you've ever had something go on like that, you'll know. You'll know exactly how unsettling they are. They kind of remind me of a panic attack, but sometimes worse, right? Uh, So, how's it connected to menopause? Well, during menopause, our estrogen levels decline, and it can influence the heart's rhythm, leading to palpitations. Factors such as hot flashes, anxiety, and sleep disturbances can also contribute to heart palpitations. I know, right? It seems like no matter where we go, something can contribute to it. So, when do you want to seek medical attention? While many of the palpitations are benign, right? It's not going to cause you any harm. It's crucial to recognize when they may indicate a more serious issue. Please consult a healthcare provider if you experience any chest discomfort or pain, shortness of breath, dizziness or lightheadedness, fainting episodes. There can also be, your back aching. Women are different than men when we experience any type of heart issues. We don't necessarily have the pain that goes down the arm, right? Or up the neck. So anything that feels very, very off, like the chest pain, the shortness of breath, the dizziness, the lightness, the fainting episodes, the pain in the back, if it's all happening, or even parts are happening, um, you need to see a medical professional to get checked out to make sure you're a-okay. All right. Now to manage heart palpitations, these are for non-emergencies. Okay. Consider the following strategies. You want to work on stress management. I mean, we're all stressed as F, right? And we need to figure out how to manage the stress. Stress, I don't think it was as bad when we were teenagers, when we were kids in our 20s. Do you think in the 80s and 90s? I think it was as bad as it is now. Whoever said this adult shit was fun, but it really has its limits, right? So stress management. Engage in relaxing techniques such as yoga, meditation, both of those, if you don't want to go out and about or buy something, YouTube is a wonderful source for both. You can do a guided meditation. Those are my favorites. I don't like to be left um, to my own thoughts. Give me something to think about, please. And I personally love the daydream. So I stick on some good music and I allow myself to daydream about things that make me happy, that are not stressful, that are in line with my goals, what I would like to accomplish in life. And I'm watching myself in these daydreams be happy and laughing and social and having a good time. Okay. You also want to make some dietary adjustments. You want to limit the intake of caffeine and alcohol, both which can trigger palpitations. And you got to remember to exercise. Incorporate moderate physical activity to promote cardiovascular health. Now, I'm not going to lie, I don't regularly exercise. I don't go out for walks in my neighborhood. I don't lift weights, both of which I should be doing. And I'm working on a plan here for 2025 to be more thoughtful. But I'm first working on my food and then I'm going to work on my exercise. But what I do during the day is, again, music. I stick on my headphones and I move to the music. I get up and move. A lot of my day is spent here at the computer, whether I'm working on a podcast, my business, or doing my work or talking with clients. I'm always sitting down. So I try to get up every 50 minutes, walk around, do some movement, put on the headphones, dance a little. I dance like nobody can see me, and thank God, because it would probably laugh if they could see me dance. There's also medical interventions. You can get hormone replacement therapy. Uh, some call it HT, just hormone therapy. Some call it HRT, hormone replacement therapy. There's biohormone replacement therapy. Um, these can help alleviate the palpitations by stabilizing your hormone levels. Discuss the benefits and the risks with your healthcare provider. And if you have a healthcare provider that will not discuss any type of hormone replacement therapy with you, then find somebody who will. Okay, hormone replacement therapy or biohormone replacement therapy is not for everyone. I do not take it. I cannot. But if you are a candidate for it, you should give it a shot. All right. Not everyone out there is a menopause professional, especially in the medical field. So please find somebody who is one. All right. And of course, always consult a healthcare professional before starting any new treatment. Now, I get lots of questions from my clients when it comes to the different symptoms of menopause. I wrote down a few here to talk about the heart palpitations. And one question was, can certain foods trigger heart palpitations during menopause? Yes, as I mentioned earlier, caffeine and nicotine definitely increase the likelihood of palpitations. Additionally, though, some women find that spicy foods or high sugar diets can be triggers. It would be wise for you to keep a food diary so that you can figure out what your personal triggers happen to be. That's why I'm working with my food first and then my exercise. Um, my diet I mean, I grew up on white bread with sugar on top. Yes, sugar bread. And I've had to reassess and redo my entire diet. It's been a slow process, but I'm doing pretty good at it. And I love spicy food. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. But I find I really can't have it that spicy anymore. Uh, when you write things down, you can figure out what triggers and what doesn't trigger. Okay. Are there any supplements that can help manage the palpitations? Well, there are people who take magnesium or potassium supplements. But of course, before you start a supplement, it's essential you talk with a healthcare provider. Okay, they know how this will interact with you. Okay, and any other medications you might be on. Just because something is al natural, like magnesium or potassium, doesn't mean it'll interact well with whatever medication you're on, if you are on any. So please consult a professional if you're going the supplement route. And how long after menopause can palpitations continue? Well, when you go from peri into your 1 day of menopause, a lot of women see the palpitations decrease. Okay. I am in postmenopause and I still have them. They are very infrequent now. Okay. Because again, I've gotten control of my food and my stress, but I still have them. So I'm still writing things down and trying to figure out what in the world still triggers the heart palpitations when I do have them. Experiencing heart palpitations during menopause, it is common, but understanding their causes and knowing when to seek help can provide peace of mind. Stay informed, consult your healthcare professional with concerns, and continue, please, to prioritize your well-being. I want to thank you for hanging out with me on MenoSpark today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you liked what you heard, please take a moment and rate and review the episode. The more people who listen, the more people I can help through this effing menopause, right? And speaking of helping others, remember to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Substack for even more tips, tricks, and inspiration. And last but certainly not least, if no one's told you this today, let me be the first to say it. You are fabulous. Take care of yourself and remember, you're not alone on this journey. I'll catch you next week.